That's a big potato. I like that one. And these are all big potatoes. What's up, guys? Welcome out to a beautiful morning. We're out here on day 2 of potato harvest. So we haven't quite got going yet. There's a couple broken things on here. So we're gonna get them fixed and then we'll get going. Starting off with that big sprocket right there. We have to get off because there's a new bearing right here that we need to put on. So trying to get this off so we can get the bearing off and then change the bearing. And we still have a little ways yet to go before we are gonna be digging today. That is not budging. Hopefully we don't have to cut it off. We can't get the set screws loose. So we're just trying to pull it. Oh, almost got me. Just trying to pull it past the set screws. Finally got it. Yeah, there's a little dimple in the shaft that the set screw went into, so it really didn't want to come out. But that's the bearing right there that's out. Well, we got the sprocket off, and now we had to bring out the torch to get everything else off. Well, Christopher and Grandpa are leaving to go get bearings because we don't have the right ones. And we're gonna grease this and get it all ready to go while we wait. Well, we got all the parts. We got 2 new bearings, new sprocket, and we have some rollers to try and fix another issue. Now we're just trying to put it back together. Okay, well, they're just getting this buttoned up, ready to go. And I gotta head into the shop. So we're gonna continue our day. They should be going here pretty quick, and we'll see what we can do today. So it has begun. You might say the famous or infamous Idaho potato harvest. I'm sitting in the harvester. We are opening up a section right now. I'm also waiting for trucks. We got the harvester here behind me. The boom is out over there. My dad's running the crossover. He doesn't use GPS because it just follows the rows in the field. So because he doesn't use GPS, he has to count how many rows. So he'll count from here over, and how he digs 6 and I pick up 4. So we go in kind of 10-row increments. So let's say he's got to count over, he'll count over, you know, the 4 that I pick up, and the 6 he'll pick up, so 10. So if he just counts over in 10-row increments, then he'll kind of know where to start. However, starting a new section, instead of going on the left 6 to dump into the right 4, he'll pick up the right 4, or the right 6 to dump into the left 4, so he can switch his back rear cross on that machine to dump either direction. That way when we can follow him right through the field, and the trucks will be driving right where he just picked up because he's kicking it to the left side. So anyways, that's what we're doing right now, just kind of waiting for that. It's been a little bit hard. I've loaded, I think, 24, 25, 26 trucks somewhere in there so far this morning. But it's been hard to film because just getting used to everything that you have to run and all that you have to do. All the buttons, you know, same thing. It's got a joystick with a whole bunch of buttons. All the hydraulic controls. A lot of stuff to watch. We're running a boom that goes into the truck. So moving that back and forth, up and down. There's a button for the tip of the boom. Kind of like your finger. You can move the tip up and down, the main part up and down, and the whole thing. So, and then you can also move it back and forth. So the trucks come up, they stay in one spot. Pretty much the drivers, if they're level, straight with me, I fill the back up, move the boom forward a little bit, fill the middle. I tell them to put their side door up, and I'll go back, fill the back to the middle. Then they just have to move backwards one time, finish filling the front, and then they're done. So it's pretty easy as a truck driver, but it's a little bit harder for me to film with not so many extra hands to go around. But I'm sure we'll get you some good footage on this video coming soon.
All right, well, I'm back at the shop, and for me, I'm kind of a floater during harvest. I can do just about anything. So if there's nothing that needs to be done, I have to do this. I have to drive our chisel plow because we have like 2,500 acres that has to be worked up before the ground freezes. So I'm gonna take the chisel plow out and start chisel plowing. And then later I'll probably go to the cellar and see how the cellar's going. We'll check in with everybody in a little bit and see what everybody else has been up to. And yeah, I gotta go get this going. Usually we have the chisel plow running so much in the fall that we barely get all the ground worked before it freezes. Last year, some of the ground was already frozen and we were still working it, and we broke part of the chisel plow. So ideally we need to get this done before the ground freezes. So I'm gonna hop in this and I gotta go fuel it up and then head out to the field. All right, all fueled up. I just have to go put the cap back on. And we are ready to go. See you in the field. Hold on. I just remembered I have to do something. I have to go start some hand lines in the field that they're going to be going to in 3 fields. So I'm going to go start those, then I'll go run this thing. Okay, I just started this up. It's just this little, I think it's about 5 acres right here on the corner. I've already watered the rest of this field. There's 2 pivots out here. Now I'm just waiting for this to pressurize to make sure we don't have any blowouts, because they had to unhook these pipes so I could roll them. After I rolled them, they hooked them all back up. So I'm just watching to make sure everything pressurizes. Well, we got a little blowout, so I got to turn this off and go put the end cap back in. It just pushed the end cap out. Okay, I got it shut off. It's just leaking a little bit, but once it gets pressure, these will stop leaking. There's one little leak right there, but it's not bad enough for me to worry about. If it was fully apart and just flooding, I would worry about it. But this is what I noticed. It just blew the end cap right out of this pipe. So I just got to put that back in there. All right, I put it in. Now I just have to turn it back on. Okay, it's on. Oh boy. We may have just blown out somewhere else. Well, I couldn't get that leak to go because it's ball and socket pipe and I can never get those stupid things to stay together. So we have some of our pipe movers going out. They're gonna look at it and see if they can get it to stay together. So I'm gonna go chisel plow. All right, we're out here. Chisel plowing away. It never ceases to amaze me. Like, this field is pretty green. This is actually the field that Josh was disking when that rainstorm hit. So he dissed all the manure in, and now we're chisel plowing it. The rows normally go like this. We're going at an angle because this is going to be potatoes next year. So we go at an angle in the fall, and then in the spring we'll come through and we'll go straight. But it never ceases to amaze me. Like, it could take this green regrowth of all the wheat and just completely make it smooth and perfect. Lemken equipment makes an amazing disc and chisel plow and the grain drill. Like, we have 3 pieces of Lemken equipment. They are all awesome. So I'm gonna keep going. I hope to finish this field today. We may not, but we're gonna get a lot of it done. Well, I've been going for a while now. I've done a lot of this field. I don't know if I'll get done today, but I have to stop because there's something sticking out of the ground. That is a big chunk of metal. It looks like the blade off of a loader, off the bucket. That's a big blade.
big piece of metal. I'm going to set it there and then dispose of it at the end of the field. We'll never farm the edge of this field, so if I just put it right on the border of the field, it will disappear forever. We'll just take this and put it right there. Never to be seen again. Okay, well, I'm out here. Everybody else is harvesting potatoes, so let's go see if any of them have any updates for us. All right, what's up? So it got a bit warm here today, so we decided to stop. It's about 4 o'clock. We stopped digging about 3, and we're gonna go from about 8 to midnight tonight. Tomorrow's Sunday, so we won't dig tomorrow, but we decided to come out and service the equipment. So here we are at the harvester, and we will start servicing it. And we'll first start with probably oiling the chains, greasing all the bearings, checking all the rollers. They found a few rollers that came into the cellar, so that's what we will get working on. Okay, I finished that half of the field. Now I'm on the short rows. So last night, yesterday was the first day, and we were getting ready to be done, and Christopher told me that there was a truck stuck out in the field in the mud. It wasn't really mud, it was just soft dirt. So I took the pull tractor out with the good old yankum rope and yanked them out. Had to pull them all the way out of the whole field because something's wrong with that truck. It won't rev up past 1500 RPMs. But I filmed it, so enjoy. Well, it wouldn't be the first day of potato harvest if we didn't already have somebody getting stuck in the field. So I'm out here in our 8330. There is a truck. I've told, it's getting dark. I put the camera on its super night mode, so it probably doesn't look very dark to you, but it is pretty dark out here. And I'm told there's a truck down here at the other end of the field stuck. So I got the good old yankum ropes, and we're gonna go yank them out and get them on their way. I didn't even know there was a spot they could get stuck on this end of the field. I know on the other end of the field, there is a big mud hole where the ditch was leaking, but apparently there's mud on this side too, so let's go pull them out. Well, there's the culprit. Honestly, I don't even think it's muddy. I think it's just soft dirt. Yeah, it's just soft. So I'm gonna go hook them up and we'll pull them out. We got our yankum rope here, so the one thing is we don't want to run it over. Okay. But I don't think it'll take a whole lot to get you out. All right. Okay, give that a try. Should work just fine. Let's rev this up a bit. I don't think he's gonna need much. He's just in some soft dirt. Now this rope that I'm using is their 1.5 inch rope. It is rated for 75,000 pounds. Should be more than enough to pull out that truck. There it is. Just gave him a little tug. Didn't need much. We'll get him out here, out of that soft spot on the edge. Once we get him out, we'll go unhook it, coil her back up. Shouldn't have any more stuck trucks today. All right, it stretched probably 6 feet, but that's a kinetic rope for you. They stretch a lot. Let's get this coiled back up, head back to the shop. Shouldn't need this out here again tonight. I guess if they do, I'll bring it back out. All right, there's the
74,000 pound. All right, guys. Well, if you want to get one of these Yankum ropes, there's a link in the description. And if you use the code RMF at checkout, you'll get 10% off. Here's the harvester. Still going, still harvesting potatoes. Late into the night. Crossovers over there. I have to go move these wheel lines, and then I can head to the cellars. All right, well, I didn't think I was gonna finish this field, but I'm just doing the end right now, and I have to do 4 passes along the end because that's where you turn around. But it's doing an awesome job. It took this field of regrowth and just made it look so nice. We have a lovely sunset to watch tonight too. So it turns out that it got too hot to dig potatoes. So what I mean by that is the internal temperatures of the potatoes. You don't want them to get above, I think 63 degrees Fahrenheit is the limit. You don't want to get them above that before you put them in storage, or else they'll just break down and they'll start to rot. So Christopher told me about 3 o'clock they were taking temperatures and it came back that they were too hot, or well, not too hot, they were to that limit. So we stopped harvesting at 3, but it is about 7:30 right now, and I guess their plan is to go back out at 8, and they're gonna dig from 8 to midnight. So I'm gonna finish this field, and then I might go over to the cellar and see what the temperatures are, see how the potatoes look, and go see what they're doing. I don't want to go start the next field, especially in the dark, because it's going to be, by the time I get this done, it's going to be about dark. I really don't want to go drive, I think it's about 4 miles to the next field, and start that in the dark. So we will just do that tomorrow. But yeah, after I get this done, I'll head over to the cellar and we will see where everybody's to and how the potatoes look. It is about 8, so everybody, here's one of our trucks. Everybody's just getting back from their about 3 hour break they had. And I have to go out, before I can go to the cellar, I have to go out and turn on a pivot for a field that we're gonna be digging in like 5-6 days next week. So I gotta go turn this pivot on, and then we might go run past the field, see how far they've gone, and then we'll go to the cellar and see what the potatoes look like. I've never driven this thing at night, and these headlights are terrible. You guys can see way better than I can through the camera. The camera makes it look really bright. Yeah, I can barely see. I'll just look through the camera while I drive. Okay, we made it. We gotta get this thing turned on. Alright, turn the pump on. Hopefully we hear water. Okay. Yeah, there's water coming out there. Now we can go forward and start. Okay, this thing's going. I just have to run it around one time. Right here it says it's gonna take 32 hours. So it's Saturday night. This should be done by midnight Sunday or Monday morning sometime. And then we'll be digging this field middle of next week, maybe end of next week. So it needs about 4 or 5 days between when you water it and when you dig it. And I bet this looks pretty cool. For me, the sunrise is gone. For you guys, that probably looks really good. All right, let's get this pivot going and we'll head to the cellar. All right, well, this is the field they are in. You can see their lights out there in the field. They have probably done 1/8 of this field. So they are not very far, mainly because they had to stop. If they wouldn't have had to stop, they would have got a lot more done, but they stopped at 3 and now it's 8 o'clock, so they are out there digging. Let's head to the cellar and see what the potatoes look like. All right, well, I just got to the cellar. They're still getting things turned on. go in here and see. It's crazy, this cellar. Last time I was in here, they had just started filling it up. And now, it's almost full. We're already almost to the front of the cellar. But the potatoes, they look awesome. Now for fresh, we don't want to stack them very high, so normally we would stack them all the way to the ceiling. But holy smokes, some of these potatoes are huge. Look at this guy. That's a big potato. Or like that one. And these are all big potatoes. But they look really good. I'll probably take some of these home with me and have them for lunch tomorrow. It sounds like there's potatoes coming. Yeah, they're starting to come off the end of the boom. Let's go out and see what they look like out on the conveyors. Just roll it in. Man, these all look so good. Like, that's like a perfect baked potato right there. Crazy. So one cool thing about all these potatoes is these will be boxed up and delivered to grocery stores before the end of the year. And then on Monday, they're gonna bring semis and they're gonna load directly out of the cellar. So we're gonna transload, and those semis, they'll process them and ship them out immediately. So some of our potatoes could already be in the grocery store near you. Costco, I'm not sure, they go to grocery stores all over the place. They also have a big contract to sell to Cisco, which supplies a lot of the restaurants. So if you go to a restaurant, there's a chance you're getting one of our potatoes, which is pretty awesome. All right guys, well, they broke down out in the field, so they're trying to get a chunk of metal out of the harvester. So we're kind of stopped for right now. So I'm just gonna end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's gonna be plenty more of potato videos coming. So make sure you go down below, hit subscribe if you haven't, hit that like button, share it with your friends. I'm Big T, I love you, I'll see you in the next one.